That is one of the most disrespectful acts I've ever witnessed.
She has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands.
This was just a moment of frustration at the end of the game.
Angel Reese just crossed a line no one expected, and the Chicago Sky didn't waste time hitting back. After smacking a clipboard out of her coach's hands on national TV, the team has officially suspended their star forward. Double-doubles or not, this meltdown might have just cost her everything.
Moving on, let's talk about Angel Reese. She has also gone viral today.
She slapped the clipboard out of her, one of her coach's hands and Crosby's hands while going to the bench. Final 30 seconds of the game.
Angel Reese isn't in the headlines today for dropping another double-double or locking down the paint. Nah, this time she's trending for all the wrong reasons. Because on July 8th, in the middle of a tight game between the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics, Angel did the unthinkable. She smacked a clipboard clean out of her assistant coach's hands.
She is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hand.
Not in a heated argument behind the scenes, not in the locker room. This happened right there on the sidelines, in front of her teammates, the coaching staff, cameras, and millions watching on national TV. Timeout was called, the team gathered, and then, bam, she swiped that clipboard like it was part of the defense. And bro, the sound of that slap, you could almost feel it through the screen. This wasn't leadership, this wasn't competitive fire, this was disrespect, plain and simple. And in that split second, everything else faded away.
Angel Reese had a great game. She had 22 points, 15 rebounds. There were some questionable calls from the referees on both ends of the floor during this game.
Let's back it up. This was a close one. Final score, 81-79, with the Sky barely falling short. Angel had a monster game. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, and she went 12 for 15 from the free throw line. Statistically, that's an elite performance. She played 36 minutes and was out there hustling on both ends. 13 of those 15 rebounds were defensive. She was locked in.
We didn't do this. We didn't do this. You did it. You did this.
But here's the wild part. None of that matters now. Nobody's talking about the points. No one's praising her rebounding or her improved shot selection. The only thing that made it out of that arena was that slap. That moment where frustration boiled over and turned into a very public, very viral, and very ugly display of emotion. Angel Reese balled out on the court, but when the game ends, it's your actions that echo louder than your stats. And this one, it echoed hard.
This behavior can't happen. It can't happen.
Just like I stated, man, she's supposed to be a leader among young women across the world. And this ain't showing very much leadership. I just gotta be honest here, dog. To me, this behavior that Angel Reese has been displaying is embarrassing.
She's supposed to be leading young women. Instead, she's setting the wrong example. That's not hate, that's truth. She's got one of the biggest platforms in women's basketball. Young girls are watching her. And what are they seeing? A star athlete who can't control herself when things don't go her way. That ain't leadership. That's chaos. And every time she crosses that line, she makes it harder to focus on what she does best.
Angel Reese, the last 5 or 6 games, has been playing much, much better.
Now, let's talk numbers. Because yes, Angel Reese has been balling. Over the last 5 games, she's been more selective with her shots. Her field goal percentage is up. She's crashing the boards harder than ever. 13 of her 15 rebounds were defensive in this last game. That's hustle. That's grit. And that's exactly why so many people were ready to give her her flowers.
Are you kidding me? That is one of the most disrespectful acts I've ever witnessed by a professional athlete towards their coach.
But just one move and all the effort's gone. Experts are dissecting this move, and here's what they said. That's one of the most disrespectful acts I've ever seen from a pro athlete toward a coach. And honestly, they're not wrong. It wasn't a sideline argument. It wasn't a heated exchange. It was a physical act of defiance, mid-game, caught on camera, and now watched by millions.
Love or hate Angel Reese, she's a competitor, she's a fierce competitor, and I feel like this was just a moment where her frustrations got the best of her.
Let's talk about the internet right now. Because ever since that clip of Angel Reese slapping the clipboard flew across every screen from TikTok to ESPN, the comment sections have absolutely exploded. We're talking nuclear levels of debate. And the thing is, WNBA has had enough, and insiders say Angel Reese is out for 3 games straight.
Part of her problem is she's got a severe lack of maturity, but she'd go on a blocking spree for anybody that's critical about her.
It's wild. You'd think people were watching 2 different players. Supporters are trying to rebrand the slap as some kind of motivational gesture. Like, she just wants to win so bad. But let's be real. If that was anyone else, if Caitlin Clark so much as side-eyed a coach, they'd be writing entire think pieces about sportsmanship and team culture. Reese literally slapped an object out of her coach's hands on live TV. And folks still trying to spin that like it's part of the playbook? Come on.
Coach do not have control of this basketball team. Hence why they could be losing these damn games, man.
Enter Coach Tyler Marsh. Or, well, not really. Because he hasn't said much of anything. And that silence, it's speaking volumes.
Tyler Marsh has no control over this basketball team. At this point, it's looking like his leadership is questioned as a head coach with some of the tactics and things that go down with Angel Reese and this damn basketball team.
Marsh has no control over this basketball team. And honestly, can you even argue with that? When one of your starters can publicly punk an assistant coach without so much as a timeout, that's not leadership. That's chaos. That's dysfunction. That's exactly why this team is now sitting at 5-13 and still can't figure out how to finish games.
The Chicago Sky should suspend her for this. They won't, because they're too damn scared of her fans. Will Tyler Marsh actually address this? Will the franchise actually address this?
Will the franchise actually address this? Or are they too scared of her fans? Because let's keep it real. The Chicago Sky knows Angel Reese is a marketing goldmine. She sells tickets, she trends, she brings the eyeballs. But when your discipline policy starts looking more like fan service than team rules, that's how you lose the locker room.
I know it's frustrating because I know how hard we're battling inside. And I think that we came down and fought as hard as we could with what we had.
And here's where things get even messier, the press conference. Oh man, this was Angel's chance to maybe walk it back, clear the air, maybe even say something like, yeah, I let my emotions get the best of me. But nope. She went the other way completely. Didn't even mention the clipboard incident. Not a word.
But that has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
Instead, she turned the heat elsewhere, blamed the refs, talked about bad calls, said they should have boxed out better, even brought up how they miss Camila Cardoso on the glass. Like, okay, fine. But this wasn't about missed rebounds or shaky officiating. This was about the fact that you literally smacked something out of your coach's hands on the sideline. And instead of owning it, you talked about focus issues.
You just have to be better. Can't let it go down and come down to one possession. Refs make calls that they know that are not right, and they'll look back and know that that wasn't the right call. But we just have to box out and not give them the opportunity to even be able to go up.
To her credit, she did have a few moments of self-reflection. She said things like it wasn't enough and admitted she needed to box out better. But even those moments came off like footnotes, not accountability. And look, fans might debate if the slap was that serious. They might argue about passion versus disrespect. But here's the reality. This wasn't just about a clipboard. It was about tone. It was about control. And it was about how you carry yourself when you're one of the most visible players in the league. Whether she likes it or not, Angel Reese isn't just a hooper now. She's a headline. And if she's not careful, the headlines are going to keep drowning out the highlights.
They too scared of people that I believe are not actually basketball fans.
All right. Let's get straight to the big question that's got everyone fired up. Should Angel Reese be suspended for slapping the clipboard out of her coach's hand? Short answer? Yeah, absolutely. And not because it was a clipboard, not because it was on national TV, but because it was blatant, unfiltered, in-your-face disrespect.
That type of behavior is unacceptable for any player on any level of sports, bro.
Let's be real. If this had happened in high school, suspended. In college, suspended. Overseas, suspended. But somehow, because it's Angel Reese, we're supposed to look the other way? Nah, that's not how it works. Or, at least, that's not how it should work.
You nobodies that never played a fucking sport in their life think that I'm going to go off on her for being in a highly competitive sport within her gender and being competitive and slapping a clipboard down. You think I'm going to be the guy that really fucking...
But here's the truth. Fair is fair. Discipline can't bend just because the player is popular. If it does, what are we doing here? This isn't TikTok drama. It's the WNBA. The league has worked too hard to build legitimacy, and it's risking that just to keep one star happy. At the end of the day, Angel Reese isn't just playing basketball anymore. She's playing with her reputation. And the headlines aren't about her stats. They're about her outbursts, her antics, her attitude. To every young girl watching who's dreaming of one day making it to the WNBA, this ain't it. Leadership isn't about getting rebounds. It's about respect. And slapping your coach's clipboard? That ain't leadership. That's a warning sign. Now it's on the league. They can enforce discipline, or they can keep ducking behind excuses and hoping the drama dies down. But one thing's for sure. If they don't act now, they're losing more than just control. They're losing respect. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.